Hi guys, welcome to another episode of The Armourer's Bench. My name's Matt. Today we're going to do a tab recommended reading. Now we haven't done one of these for a little while, but I was recently asked to do a academic book review for a journal of Richard Fisher's History of the Small Arms School Corps, so I thought this would be a great opportunity to also do a quick video review of the book as well. You might remember Rich, he's a friend of the channel. And we did an interview with Rich last year about his other project, the Vickers Machine Gun Collection and Research Association. And we're going to have some more videos with him coming in the future too. But I just wanted to take a minute to have a quick look through Rich's new book and discuss why it's really important. Now, you might not have heard of the Small Arms School Corps, but they are a very, very important unit within the British Army, albeit a very small one. They have had a massive impact on how the British Army trains and uses its small arms since the 1850s. They are the corps of expert riflemen which historically have taught the British soldiers how to use their rifles, and over the generations they've also had a massive impact on the trials and development of the weapons that the British Army has adopted. So I'll bring the camera back and we'll take a little look inside the book. The book is currently available as a hardback and is printed on some very nice glossy paper throughout. As we can see from the contents page, the book covers a lot of ground, beginning in the 1850s with the formation of the School of Musketry at Hythe, then progressing through the late 1900s through to the Great War, the interwar period, World War II, the Cold War, and finally the present day. There's lots of illustrations and tables explaining the ins and outs of the Corps through its history. We'll see some of those in a moment. There's also a helpful list of abbreviations which comes in handy. The book is the first modern attempt to examine the Corps' history in quite a while, and it offers some interesting insights into how the training of British soldiers has evolved over the years, including the syllabus for rifle and machine gun courses held at the beginning of World War I. One of my favourite features from the book are the profiles of individual members of the Corps, which are spread out throughout the book. These relay the individual stories of members of the Corps or those that were involved with it throughout various points of its history. This adds some real personal depth to the narrative and gives us some insight into the everyday lives of the people that made up the Corps. The book's full of interesting anecdotes from the Corps' life and history, like Sergeant Seabrook, who inadvertently insulted his CO by suggesting that the Bren gun manual that his CO had written was rubbish, not knowing that his CO was stood behind him while he was giving the demonstration. Naturally, Seabrook's time with the Corps was short after that. It's these kind of anecdotes that breathe life into a history of a unit like this. The book also offers some interesting insight into weapons development, including the EM2 and SA-80 trials, giving the Corps' perspective on the adoption and trials of the rifles. The book's illustrated with some great photographs, illustrations, and even cartoons drawn by members of the Corps. The book covers a lot of ground, but goes into the most depth when discussing the Cold War, obviously because of the breadth of primary resources that were available for this period. It also continues looking at the Corps' role in more recent conflicts in Afghanistan and Iraq, and the continuing role it plays in testing and development today. The back of the book is packed full of appendices, which detail the appointments and ranks held within the Corps, wartime establishment numbers, the evolution of the Corps' insignia, and a roll of honour. It's a well-researched book that offers a lot of insight into the history of a unique unit within the British Army, and it's well worth checking out. Check out the links below to find out more about Richard's work, and also where you can find a copy of the book. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this quick look at the history of the Small Arms School Corps 1853 to 2017. It's a very important book covering the history of a very influential unit which had a massive impact on the British Army's small arms doctrine and the selection and adoption of various weapons. Thanks again for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. You can also support the channel over on Patreon. Tab is an entirely viewer-supported project, and we deeply appreciate any help you can give us. You can find a link to the Patreon page and all the perks that we have available in the description box below and at the end of the video. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one.